Welcome back, to the channel Coins Collector everyone, to another exciting episode right here on our channel where we explore the hidden treasures of the coin collecting world. If you have ever found yourself wondering whether that old penny sitting in your drawer could be worth a small fortune, then you're in the right place. Today's story is about one of the most fascinating coins ever produced by the United States Mint, a coin that looks so simple and ordinary that most people would pass it by without a second glance. But behind that humble copper glow hides a secret that could turn an everyday pocket change into a life-changing discovery. We are talking about the 1990 Liberty 1-cent coin, a penny that in some rare cases has reached a staggering value of $378,000 in the collector's market. Now that number may sound unbelievable at first. How could a tiny copper coin, something we all grew up using to buy candy or drop into a wishing fountain, ever be worth that kind of money? Well, the answer lies in a combination of history, minting errors, and rarity that has captured the attention of coin experts all around the world. So sit back, relax, and let's dive deep into the amazing journey of the 1990 Liberty 1-cent coin, uncovering its origins, its unique details, and why a few lucky versions of this penny are now considered some of the most valuable small denomination coins in American history. The story begins with the design itself. The Liberty 1-cent coin, better known as the Lincoln penny, has been a part of American life since 1909 when it first replaced the Indian head cent. The 1990 version continues the same tradition, featuring the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, a design created by Victor David Brenner. It was introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and has remained a symbol of American endurance, freedom, and national pride for more than a century. By 1990, the Lincoln cent had already become one of the most widely circulated coins in U.S. history. But what makes that particular year stand out is a special combination of minting factors and production errors that turned ordinary coins into extraordinary collectibles. During the 1990s, the United States Mint produced billions of 1-cent coins at various facilities across the country, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. For most of those coins, the mint mark beneath the year clearly indicated where it was made. However, in 1990 something unexpected happened. A small batch of coins struck at the San Francisco Mint, which were supposed to be proof coins for collectors only, somehow entered general circulation. These proof coins were meant to be of the highest quality, featuring mirror-like surfaces and crisp details. Each proof coin was supposed to carry the distinctive S mint mark beneath the date, showing that it came from San Francisco. But due to a rare production oversight, a few of these proof coins were struck without that mint mark entirely. Those missing S mint mark proof coins became instantly famous among collectors, and they are the ones that today can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars if found in pristine condition. Imagine that for a moment. A penny minted over 30 years ago, originally worth just 1 cent, now carrying a price tag larger than most people's annual salary. That's the kind of story that keeps coin enthusiasts hunting through their jars, drawers, and old piggy banks every single day. The thrill of possibly finding a 1990 no-S proof penny has made this coin one of the most talked about modern rarities in U.S. numismatic history. And for good reason, because its discovery wasn't just a matter of chance, it was a reflection of the incredibly small number that ever made it out of the mint undetected. Experts estimate that fewer than 200 examples of the 1990 no-S proof cent exist today, and many of those are carefully preserved in protective cases by collectors or grading institutions. The highest quality specimens, certified by leading grading services such as PCGS and NGC, have achieved record-breaking auction results, with one coin selling for more than $378,000. What drives that price so high is a combination of extreme rarity, collector demand, and the historical significance of a minting error that should never have happened. But the value of the 1990 Liberty 1-cent coin is not just about money. It's also about the history of coin production in the United States, the evolution of minting technology, and the enduring fascination people have with small details that tell big stories. Every coin ever made carries within it a moment of American history, a reflection of the time, the economy, and the craftsmanship of the mint workers who produced it. When you hold a 1990 penny in your hand, you're holding a piece of that living history. Whether it's an ordinary circulation cent or one of the rare proof errors, each coin reminds us how easily overlooked treasures can hide in plain sight. The composition of the 1990 penny also tells an interesting story. By that year, the coin was no longer made of pure copper as earlier cents had been. Starting in 1982, the mint changed the formula to a copper-plated zinc composition, making the coin lighter and more cost-effective to produce. Even though it still shines with a copper color, only about 2.5% of the coin is actually copper, while the rest is zinc. Despite the change in material, the 1990 penny maintained the same size and weight specifications, allowing it to blend seamlessly with previous issues. Yet, that also means that spotting a rare proof error requires careful examination, a keen eye, and sometimes professional grading to confirm authenticity. So how can you tell if you have one of these valuable 1990 Liberty 1-cent coins? The key lies in the details. First, check the mint mark under the year on the obverse side. If your penny has a clear D or S mark, it's a regular issue from Denver or San Francisco. If it has no mint mark, it's from Philadelphia and likely a common version. But if you come across a proof coin, one with mirror-like fields, frosted raised features, and absolutely no S mint mark, then you may have something incredibly special. Proof coins typically come from collector sets, not circulation, so finding one outside of a sealed set is a major clue that it could be one of the famous 1990 no S examples. Collectors often use magnification tools and reference guides to study these small differences. It's also important to check the coin's condition, since even minor scratches or discoloration can significantly reduce value. Coins in perfect or near-perfect proof condition are the ones that achieve the highest auction results, sometimes reaching into the hundreds of thousands of dollars range. If you believe you might own one, it's always wise to have it authenticated and graded by a reputable company before making any decisions. In today's market, the fascination with rare coins continues to grow. The rise of online auctions and social media has made it easier than ever for collectors to connect, share information, and discover hidden gems. The story of the 1990 Liberty 1-cent coin serves as a reminder that even the smallest, simplest objects can hold tremendous value. It also sparks curiosity about what other treasures might still be hiding among ordinary coins waiting to be discovered by a careful EYE. So the next time you come across a handful of spare change, take a closer look. You never know, one of those pennies could be worth more than your car or even your house. The 1990 Liberty 1-cent coin stands as a symbol of how a tiny detail, a small minting error, or a bit of luck can turn a common coin into an extraordinary piece of history. And that's what makes coin collecting so exciting. Every coin tells a story, and every story could lead to a discovery worth big money. Thank you for joining us today as we uncovered the history and mystery behind the 1990 Liberty 1-cent coin. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible piece of American coinage and its record-breaking value of $378,000, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into the fascinating world of rare coins. Who knows, your next penny could be the one that changes your life. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and surprising stories in the world of American coins, the 1991 Liberty 1-cent coin, also known as the 1991 Lincoln penny. This is not just an ordinary 1-cent coin that you might find lying around in your change jar. Believe it or not, some versions of this coin have sold for staggering amounts of money, even as high as $315,000. Yes, you heard that right, a penny that could be worth more than a luxury car or even a house. If you love coins, collecting, or just discovering hidden treasures, you are in for a real treat today. Because in this video, we are going to take you through everything you need to know about the 1991 Liberty 1-cent coin. We will explore its background, its historical meaning, the features that make it stand out, the minting details, what to look for if you think you might have one, and of course, the latest updates on its current market value. Now, before we begin, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, because we bring you regular videos on rare coins, collectibles, and all the secrets behind what makes ordinary-looking money worth a fortune. Let's start. From the beginning, the history of the 1991 Liberty 1-cent coin, the 1991 penny belongs to the long-running Lincoln cent series, which began way back in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first regular issue coin in American history to feature the image of a real person, and since then, the Lincoln cent has become one of the most iconic and most collected coins in the United States. By 1991, the Lincoln cent had already gone through several changes. Early versions were made of 95% copper, but starting in 1982, the composition changed to a copper-plated zinc core. So, most 1991 pennies are made from a zinc base with a thin copper coating. They were struck in huge numbers, billions of them, at both the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Because of that, most 1991 pennies in circulation are only worth face value, but here's where things get interesting. Among these billions of coins, a very small number were struck with errors or special features that make them extremely valuable to collectors. Some of these rare variations were created by mistakes in the minting process, and those tiny details are what separate a penny worth 1 cent from one worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. One of the most valuable known examples is the 1991 Lincoln cent struck on a copper planchet instead of the usual zinc one. These few coins escaped the mint's quality checks and made their way into circulation, and today, they are considered major rarities. A genuine 1991 penny made of solid copper instead of copper-plated zinc can sell for astonishing amounts at auction. In fact, depending on condition, grade, and mint mark, one such coin has been valued at up to $315,000. That is an incredible number for a 1-cent piece. Imagine finding one of those in your old coin jar, your drawer, or maybe even in an inherited collection. The story of the 1991 Liberty 1-cent coin reminds us that treasures can sometimes be hiding in plain sight. Now, let's talk a little bit about what exactly to look for if you suspect you might have one of these rare coins. Start by checking the coin's mint mark, which is located right below the year. A small letter D indicates the Denver Mint, while no letter means it was struck in Philadelphia. Both can be valuable, but most of the record-setting coins were from Philadelphia. Next, look at the coin's color and weight. A normal 1991 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. However, the rare copper version will weigh closer to 3.1 grams. That small difference can be a huge clue. Using a simple digital scale can help you identify it. Also, inspect the coin's surface carefully. A genuine mint error or special variation will often have sharper details, unique die marks, or slightly different tones compared to a normal penny. Another interesting fact about the 1991 penny is that this was during a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning technology and dies, so some coins were struck using slightly older dies, creating subtle variations in design. These transitional and double die varieties can also be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Collectors and experts recommend sending any potentially rare coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade not only confirms authenticity but also dramatically increases market value. Coins graded MS68 or higher, meaning nearly perfect condition, are particularly valuable. Now let's talk about the market side, why these coins can command such unbelievable prices. The coin market, especially for Lincoln cents, has always been incredibly strong. Millions of people collect them, and they form the foundation for many beginner and advanced collections. Because so many people are searching for these rare variations, demand is sky high. When a coin like the 1991 Liberty 1-cent copper version appears at auction, collectors and investors go head-to-head to own a piece of numismatic history. In some cases, competition drives the price up beyond all expectations. That is exactly how one example reached the incredible sale price of over $300,000, and as of today, the market remains strong. Even though we live in a digital age, physical collectibles like coins are still prized for their beauty, history, and rarity. Some experts believe the value of rare pennies could continue to rise as fewer and fewer are discovered in circulation. So, if you have a jar full of old coins, this might be the perfect time to start looking closely. What makes this story so fascinating is that the 1991 Liberty 1-cent coin represents more than just money. It is a reminder of craftsmanship, national history, and the idea that small things can hold immense value. It also connects collectors across generations, from kids searching through their first roll of pennies to seasoned numismatists chasing that one rare find. Before we wrap up, here are a few quick tips for collectors. Always handle your coins carefully, avoid touching the face with your fingers to prevent oils or scratches. Store them in protective holders or flips, and keep them away from heat and humidity. Also, stay informed. Follow auction results, coin news, and collector forums. Knowledge is your best tool for recognizing value. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1991 Liberty 1-cent USA coin, a humble penny that can be worth up to $315,000. From its origins in the Lincoln series to its rare copper variations and massive auction prices, this coin continues to capture the imagination of collectors around the world. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who might love coin collecting or hidden treasures. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories about rare coins and collectibles, and stay tuned, because you never know which coin might be the next one to shock the world with its value.